Hello, it's Foreign News O'Clock on Allnews Nigeria. I am Opeyemi Olugbemi. Here are the headlines for today. Putin signs deal to station nuclear weapon in Belarus. Tornado storms hits Mississippi. Now the news in detail. Russian President Vladimir Putin on Saturday reviewed plans to station tactical nuclear weapons in neighboring Belarus. Moscow will complete the construction of a special storage facility for tactical nuclear weapons in Belarus by the beginning of July. It said Moscow had already transferred an Iskander short-range missile system, a device which can be fitted with nuclear or conventional warheads, to Belarus. In his interview on Saturday, Putin said Moscow will retain control over any tactical nuclear weapons is stationed there. He likened the move to Washington's practice of stationing nuclear weapons in Europe to keep host countries like Germany from breaking their commitment as non-nuclear powers. Belarus, which is west of Russia on Ukraine's long northern border, is among Moscow's closest allies. It helped Russia launch its initial invasion of Ukraine in February 2022, allowing the Kremlin's troops to enter the country from the north. There have been fears throughout the conflict that Belarus will again be used as a launching ground for an offensive, or that Minsk's own troops will join the conflict. Belarus has had no nuclear weapons on its territory since the early 1990s. Shortly after gaining independence following the collapse of the Soviet Union, it agreed to transfer all Soviet-era weapons of mass destruction stationed there to Russia. Since invading Ukraine more than a year ago, Putin has used escalating rhetoric on a number of occasions, warning of the increasing threat of nuclear war and suggesting Moscow may abandon its no-force-use policy. But for Ukraine, these plans are a sign that Putin is afraid of losing. In other news, rescuers combed through rubble on Saturday after a powerful storm tore across Mississippi late on Friday, killing at least 25 people there and one person in Alabama as it leveled hundreds of buildings and spawned at least one devastating tornado. The tornado stayed on the ground for about an hour and caught a path of destruction some 170 miles, that's about 274 kilometers long, according to Nicholas Price, a meteorologist with the National Weather Service in Jackson, Mississippi. President Joe Biden ordered federal aid to supplement state, tribal, and local recovery efforts in the affected areas. The funding will be available to affected people in Carroll, Humphreys, Monroe, and Shackey counties. In Alabama, which was also struck by the same storm system, rescuers pulled a man from the mud when his trailer was overturned, but the man later died from his injuries, according to the Morgan County Sheriff's Office. That appeared to be the only reported death in that state as of Saturday evening. Joe Biden described the images from Mississippi as heartbreaking and said in a statement that he had spoken with Reeves and offered his condolences and full federal support for the recovery. Friday's tornado will be the deadliest in the state of Mississippi in more than a decade. And that's it on today's news. To keep up with Allnews Nigeria, kindly follow us on all social media platforms displayed on the screen. We'll be back with more news updates tomorrow. Until then, stay tuned. I am Opeyemi Olugbemi.